All right, in Chapter 8, Cam and Eric found out how those missing dinosaur bones became missing. And it all had to do with that lady, Janet Tyler, who was the museum tour guide. And so now, last chapter of the book, Chapter 9, we are going to find out what happens to Janet. Do you think Janet is going to keep her job at the museum? We'll find out what the director says. We'll find out how it ends. Chapter 9, Cam and Eric went behind the store to get their bicycles. Eric started turning the dial on the lock. Do you remember the combination? Cam asked. Sure, I only forgot the last time because we were in such a hurry. As Eric was turning the dial, Cam laughed and said, I don't think any dog would really be interested in those dinosaur bones. They're too old. Cam and Eric walked their bicycles to the front of the candy store. They waited for the museum director. Soon a car drove up and stopped in front of the store. The car was just like the museum exhibits, very old. The director was at the wheel. He waved at Cam and Eric. They got on their bicycles. The director followed them in his car to the small brick house with the white wooden fence. The milk truck was in the driveway again. This is it, Cam told the director. You don't have to worry about the bones, the director said. Since I know Janet stole them, she can't bury the bones and pretend to discover them. The bones are no good to her anymore, so I'm sure she'll give them back without any trouble. The museum director got out of his car. Of course, she'll lose her job, and I'll have to report her and her friend to the police. But they should have known that could happen when they took the bones. The museum director shook hands with Cam and Eric. I want to thank both of you for all your help, he said. Before you go, you must tell me how you knew that some bones were missing. I pass those skeletons all the time and didn't notice anything. Cam explained, the last time I was at the museum, I took a picture of the dinosaur skeleton. When I looked at the picture, I knew some bones were missing. But our guards don't let anyone take photographs in the museum. That's against the law to take pictures in a museum. Did you know that? Cam's camera is different, said Eric. She doesn't need film or a flash. Cam's camera is her memory. The director smiled. Well, we certainly won't stop your memory from taking photographs. He buttoned his jacket and then he asked, Can you take one of me? Cam laughed. Then she looked straight at the museum director and said, Click. And that is the end of the story. So boys and girls, what happened to Janet? Yes, the director is going to call the police and she loses her job because she stole something from the museum. She was trying to get famous, wasn't she? She wanted to pretend like she found the bones, and when she really didn't find them, she took them. So Cam and Eric explain how they found the bones by explaining that she has a photographic memory. So when she sees things, she remembers them, and that helps her solve mysteries. So, boys and girls, what I'm going to do is ask some questions, and I would like you to comment below. Okay, I'm going to ask a couple questions like, have you ever visited a museum before? And which ones have you if you have? And do you think it was a good idea to follow the milk truck? Do you think that they did the right thing? Why or why not? Now, these questions aren't right or wrong answers, are they? No, these answers are your opinion. It's just how you feel about this, and I want to know how you feel about the book. So also comment below, did you like this book? Was it a thumbs up? Was it a thumbs to the side, just kind of okay, or was it a book you really didn't enjoy? It's fun for me to see what books you're interested in, so when we pick new books, I might keep these in mind and think about how to pick out some new books for you that best fit your interests. All right, we'll talk to you later.